morning. I'm listening to a shir right now. I was being a little frum today. I had an interesting day yesterday. I had a very humbling day yesterday, and it's interesting how 3 days in a row I was in the city. 2 nights in Brooklyn for chasanas, and then last night wedding for a Japanese couple in Central Park that I performed. And even, they said they were already married in Japan. They just wanted to have a little ceremony, and she wore a wedding gown and he wore a tuxedo, and they just wanted something quick and nice in Central Park. And driving around in Central Park, and it's driving around the city trying to find parking and paying for parking when you don't really have money, and all kinds of things. And it's there's a lot more to talk about. It's it's a different type of situation than on my way home, dealing with traffic, and somebody hit my car, and maybe I didn't handle it the right way. I was too. My wife feels I was too trusting and nice, and we didn't call the police because nobody got hurt. So I got a lot going on in my mind. All of that being said, we got a lot to think about. And I was listening to this shir from Rabbi Weinberger, an old shir. I don't know how old it was. It sounds like it's a little bit more recent. Ishbitz, and talking about the difference between Mashpia and Makabel, receiving and giving, and it's worthwhile to listen to, but I can't really do. If we sat down and we have the safer in front of us, maybe I could give a shir like that. But just to explain it outside right now, I can't really do it proper justice, and I don't even know offhand what it's called. Just something I downloaded, whatever, random from YU Torah, and start listening. If anybody doesn't know, it's a really wonderful thing. There's so many lessons in life. Rabbi Weinberger was my Rebbe in high school, right? And I remember we were so upset. He would charge $6-7 for a cassette tape in those days, cassette tapes. And I didn't understand, you go to Williamsburg and they have these Yiddish tapes for $1, and, so I tried to listen to them, and I was trying to teach myself Yiddish. And Baruch Hashem, to be thankful. Wow, I can more or less understand Yiddish and Lashon HaKodesh, Baruch Hashem. It's and I can speak Yiddish, more or less, maybe not perfectly, but I can manage well enough, and to be thankful for that. But what it took to get to this point, and other things too, Baruch Hashem, today I'm pretty sure I put on Rabbeinu Tam Tefillin, but I don't quite remember it. But like, I have to be thankful and mindful. Baruch Hashem, I have Rabbeinu Tam Tefillin. I have a Streimel, I have white socks. I have to be thankful for all these things. I have a job, I have a car, I have a driver's license, and all these, and what does it mean to be mindful? But also how not to judge other people. I don't know. I went the other night. I went first to a dear friend's chasana. A dear friend, made the chasana for their son, and I hadn't seen them in a long time, and they were so happy that I came to the chasana. And then that was Sunday night. And then Monday night, I received an email, Divrei Torah from Kalav Rebbe. I'm very worried about him. This shir kind of gave me what to think about there, but I don't want to think about it. And we'll put that aside for now. But it's an amazing thing how in his illness every day he's writing Divrei Torah, incredible Divrei Torah, mind-blowing Divrei Torah. It's worthwhile to sign up. One of them I translate usually, although I haven't received yet one to translate this week, and so I'm worried about him. Moshe ben Rezel, we should daven. We should also daven for his chutin. The Pizhnitzer Rebbe, Mordechai ben Margolia, had the squis of seeing, but so whatever the Pizhnitzer Rosh Yeshiva was mechutin by this chasna. As far as I know, the Kalav Rebbe didn't come to the chasna. I didn't see him there. I saw his mishpacha. I was there at the chasna. It was in Borough Park, and it's not easy to schlep into Borough Park, But so I was there. It was by the chuppah, and I was listening to the Badchen, say the Graman before by the Chosn Tish, say Isaris, Musar. And when he was mentioning all the tzaddikim, and how, of course, the Hasidic tradition, Kabbalistic tradition, say the ancestors come to weddings of their descendants, and so he said, the unseen guests are greater than the guests we can see, and I closed my eyes and I was meditating on this, and I had the biggest rakshus, and I was crying a little bit, and I was somewhat self-conscious because I don't fit in, I look around and everybody else, I don't think maybe it was in their hearts more, and it was in a deeper place, and they weren't expressing on their faces this hispailus, which is fine. It's not, I just, on one hand, sometimes when people are expressing on their face, you question the sincerity of it, and other times, how do you find the balance? Because Hasidism is such a strong religious movement with a strong spiritual component, and yet it seems that a lot of folks just get into the culture and lose the mindfulness, but they grew up like that or whatever. I don't know, but on the other hand, I chapes spilus sometimes from these things. Not all the time. It's true. I mean, last night I davened Mariv. I don't feel like I davened. This morning on Pantel, I don't even remember. So I'm also Malach Esroinas and Charatas. But I think about something I once heard from a very, very choshev man. He's a Rav in Flatbush, and he's a big political activist. I know a lot of people don't like him. I know people don't like his politics. But what's his name? Yehuda Levin. He's a big Baal Hergish, and I personally kind of like his politics. Although maybe I'm changing a little bit. I'm becoming more libertarian as time goes by, but I haven't heard much from him in recent years. But he's a tremendous Mesiras Nefesh, Rabbi Levin, what he does and everything. And the thing is, I remember years ago he was on the radio and I heard him say, we're davening anyway. Let's make the most of it. And to have a real good davening, it might just take one more minute in your Shemoneh Esrei to make a difference. I understand people are in a rush, and I'm in a rush, and and Baruch Hashem, I invested when I was younger in davening. So I think, now sometimes even with the Schnell davening, it's up davening. I can still have the spilus. Sometimes I don't know, but sometimes they don't. And when you recognize that you're chesroinus, you don't. On the other hand, I remember Rabbi Asher Wade Zolgazensine. He said, what if you daven and you don't feel anything? He's like, well, you didn't have to daven, even though you think, well, I've davened every day since I'm a little kid. How could I not daven? You still didn't have to. The fact of the matter is, I haven't eaten in McDonald's in 20 something years. Probably around 20 years, and more than that, yeah, for sure, more than 20 years. Zeta's already away 20 years. I was already keeping kosher then. But I could still walk into McDonald's and buy some chicken nuggets. But I don't, And then the things that I do that I'm just trying to tshuva for, alright, so maybe 20 years from now I'll turn around and it's like, oh, I haven't done that in 20 years. You never know. Alright, I'm at work now. I don't know why I made this video, but maybe someone will get some chizik from it. You know what I'm saying when I'm saying you're davening anyway? The same thing is singing the chasna anyway. Rebbe Shechasna. And the thing is, by the chuppah, I don't know. Where are we going to go from here? Mashiach has to come already, but the thing is, we like Rabbi Mason says, we got to do it. And all right. I don't know what I'm saying. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe. And comment. Did that make sense to anybody? I don't know. All right. Thank you.